Forget about that thing every time. Hello and welcome into the SorareAndrews podcast brought to you by Sorare Data. Excuse me. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdinho on Sorare. Joined once again by Andy Black, who you can find as Black on Sorare. Today to talk about why greed on Sorare is good. Andy, I was watching a stream yesterday about some moron who didn't sell a João Felix card. And I was like, man, he should have just been greedy and taken the money. And he didn't. And I don't know what happened to that guy.
Could have gone to 100 ETH.
Still can, Andy. Still can. We just need that $3 ETH, and that 100 ETH should be no problem.
Yeah.
Actually, if ETH went to $3, let's hope it doesn't. Is João Felix even worth 100 ETH? Like, do you think that nobody's buying NFTs anymore because, like, ETH is dead?
Something went horribly wrong, I think, if it goes to $3. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I think we're looking at maybe like a different, maybe the game moves to a different blockchain or something. I'm not even going to speculate there. That's
what
nonsense.
Do you mean? That's what we're here for.
Nonsense.
I think the possibility that, like, I don't see a realistic way that João Felix gets to 100 ETH based on an ETH movement that would allow that price to be justified, because it feels like if ETH goes that low, then we've just given up on NFTs as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he scores 200 goals at Chelsea, before the end of the season, even then, I still don't see his performance dictating 100 ETH value.
Really?
I don't think so.
I'm going to disagree. I think if he scores 200 goals in the next 20 games, then he's worth 100 ETH.
I just don't think there's enough liquidity out there to support that. It would go as high as it could. He would be the most expensive card, but
okay, I see where you're going with that. That's a bit of a Debbie Downer move, huh?
You could certainly list him for 100 though and see what happens.
I should do that. Hold on. I'm going to do that right now. For full disclosure to everyone who, I think this might be the first time I've ever listed this card. That's probably not true. I probably have listed it for 100 before, now that I think about it. For those of you, thank goodness, there are no market fees on football. Whew. How much do you think? I guess it's just 5%, so we could figure that out. Do they do it in fiat on the NBA side? This is really bad content. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm curious now.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was the 5% of the ETH value, but
yeah, but I want to know how much that actually. Oh, it just shows you the ETH. That's too bad. Oh wait, can I flip it? Oh, here we go. So if I sold for 100 ETH, I would be paying just under $7,000 in market fees. Seems like a lot.
Does seem like a lot.
Surface is asking if I have a steering wheel. No, it's just like the filter. But you're right, that does kind of.
Yeah. Just 10 and 2, baby. 10 and 2.
Yeah, I'm playing Mario Kart while I stream with Andy. So for full disclosure,
I thought you were more of a one-armed kind of driver, lean back.
I had no topic for today, but I just wanted to name the podcast Greed is Good after yesterday's NBA show about how greed is bad. And João Felix obviously is the one who brings us here because that's where I got greedy.
Everybody's got a story, I think, where they had a guy that either had a rumor or something. João Felix wasn't even a rumor. It was just you had Gary Vee pumping your bags. But we've all had a story of a guy that has the middle finger-esque chart where you get that huge spike and you're like, I should have. Why didn't I sell then, or why didn't I sell on the way up or on the way down? And now you're back to where you started.
Yeah. For those of you who don't listen,
you probably have multiple guys that way, right?
oh, tons.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't listen or watch the NBA show, we just basically talked about how people put too much pressure on themselves to try to sell cards like at the peak, and they're really worried that like either they sell and it keeps going higher, or they sell and or they don't sell and then it goes lower and then you miss out. And there's just like this constant thought of just like, when I sell, I want that to be the most expensive one ever.
Yeah.
And that's greed that does that. And usually it doesn't work out. Like most of the time you're not selling the top. And I went through the João Felix price graphs where I bought that card a long time ago for like $379. And somebody once paid like $14,000 and I didn't sell. And I did that because, and this is actually something I was talking to Keith about after we streamed, but it was less about that I thought I could get more, and more that I had asked somebody, and I'm going to correct something I said yesterday, somebody that I trust with, whose opinion I value. I asked how high they thought like the João Felix rare could go, like all time. This was back when the boom happened. And the answer, which I said on the podcast yesterday, was $100,000, but I was wrong. It was actually 100 ETH, which was almost $200,000 at the time. And so when the card was selling for, I think it got up to 10 ETH, let's call it. I don't even remember. I'm like scared to look, but I'll look because that's what we do. How much do you think the highest João Felix rare was, Andy?
That it sold for?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to base it on like $2,000 ETH, and I'll bet somebody paid maybe 10 ETH for one.
So 9.422 was the highest.
Yeah.
So that was like just under $15,000.
50. So ETH was under 2,000.
Yeah. Oh no, excuse me. It was $14,025. So anyway, so I had this card that literally less than a month earlier I had purchased for $379, and now was selling for $14,000. But I had this thought in my head that like this one sold for 9 ETH, and if the ceiling is 100, why would I sell for 10? And I was saying to Keith, I was actually I think the thought process that I had is less like, man, I missed out on all that upside from 10 to 100. Like if you sold for 50, you're just like, the way that I would feel, this is just me personally, is like, man, I can't believe I sold something for 50 ETH that I could have sold for 100. And so I just like held on to it because I'm like, well, it's just going to keep going. So I'll just wait until it's at 100 and then I'll sell it. The 2 minutes has passed also. So if anybody wants to sell it, just wants to buy it for 100 ETH, it is available on the Sorare marketplace right now. If you actually, let's try this. If you sort by highest price, it's, oh wait, these are auctions. Sorry. Oh, the Vandevort unique is on the market. That's fun. Anyway, do you think it's the most expensive card on the market? Oh my God. I forgot that people are ridiculous.
Yeah, of course not.
It's close though. Let's see. So the cards ahead of it, the most expensive card on the market right now is a Dennis.
I know. I think I know. Didn't somebody post a Ronaldo for 777 ETH?
Yes.
But that's not the most expensive.
Where did that go? Somebody posted the rare for 77.777 ETH.
Are those the jersey mints, I guess?
Oh, that is a jersey mint. You're right. Good call.
That's why they're doing that, I guess.
Good call. The Ronaldo unique, the first one, is currently on the market for 10,000 ETH, which is 13.865 million. But the most expensive card on the market right now is a Dennis Adoy limited card, 199 of 1,000, which was purchased today for $1.33. That's 0.001 ETH, and is currently on the market for 243,580 ETH, which is $337 million. I think it's aggressive, but good luck to them. There's a Cody Gakpo National Series bronze for 534 ETH. Mine looks like a steal at this point.
You never know. Somebody might have that much ETH loaded up on Sorare, and they might misclick on your Cody Gakpo custom series card.
That's really all that we want, is just
I guess
whale misclicks.
Yeah, and then maybe they'd have to type in their password too. So you never know.
I mean, if you have it saved, it's really just another click, and they're so used to just like quickly doing it.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, my João Felix 9% XP bonus.
How's it not 10?
Look, Andy, I don't need you because the guy never plays. He's never in a good lineup. It does have 20,499. Wait a minute. Why is that not 9.5? Hold on a second. So rare. Isn't that 9.5 at that point?
I can't see your screen.
I know. There's a reason for that. 20,900 is 9.5. And this card has 20,499. So you can buy this card. Oh, actually, no, because the XP gets split. All right. If you want to wait until it gets to 9.5, that's okay. You just let me know. I'll take it off the market.
Okay.
It's yours for 100. There's one other card on the market that is 100 ETH. It is a Beckham Sunderland 1 of 10 super rare. That's it. Yep.
Sure.
Yep. And then there's a Benzema limited French card for 99 ETH. So anyway, if anybody wants to buy that card, go nuts. But the moral of the story was basically that whether it's greed or FOMO, don't let greed and FOMO make you miss out on sales of cards that you're trying to sell. There was somebody, I think it was on Twitter, wrote back that they were like, they felt seen about losing out on a deal of like a 0.5 ETH card over like $9. But it's like, but we've all done this. And
I think
if you
sometimes
really want to sell cards, you really got to get your head out of your ass.
Sometimes it's more of like the principle of the matter, though.
Agreed with you on that one.
It's like he's already the lowest price on the market. Like I've declined offers like that where already the lowest on the market, already like undercutting the market by X%. And it might even be at or below last sale, and somebody still has to come in and try to cut $4 off of it. And it's like, no, I'm not doing that. Pay the $4. And then you end up not making the sale, and then you're holding the card.
So I think in those, like, how much is the card you're selling in that in your example?
I mean, it could be anything. Honestly, I've had people like try to save $4 on like a multiple, like $200 or $400 card. $4.
So I just went on Sorare data to make sure that my João Felix card shows up, and Surface has actually posted his as well. But instead of undercutting me, he overcut me and posted his for 100.01.
Okay.
Which, props to him. His does have 10% though. So if you go and buy his card, like, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bravo, Surface. It's an aggressive overcut that actually makes sense, which is actually kind of funny now. Appreciate that. And if you could buy the João Felix a random rare card for 100 ETH, how much is a Haji Wright 1776 of whatever the mint?
$17.76.
That's a good. How much is that? How much ETH is that?
I don't know.
Me neither.
I think the key with the whole João Felix thing that you missed out on is like, at some point you have to take a step back and just look at the absurdity of all of it and think, like, at the time he wasn't even starting at Madrid, was he?
No.
You just have to look at the absurdity of it and be like, look, this guy doesn't start, he doesn't play, he doesn't score well, and someone is willing to give me 5 ETH for him. I think, well, obviously what we know now, you take that every time now, because we know that the collectability side of things is not probably going to get there. Definitely ain't getting to 100 ETH. But I think lessons were learned. I mean, if somebody offered you 5 ETH for it right now, you take it, right?
Well, that's a different conversation though, because like if somebody offered me 5 ETH after it went for 4.5, 4.75, and like is just going up at a rate so much higher than where I bought it.
All right.
Why do I think it's stopping at 5?
Hold on for a second. Let's say he comes out and he just starts banging in goals at Chelsea. You know, they play today. He gets a brace. He plays again this weekend. Maybe this weekend. I don't know. But let's just say he's banging in 90s and 100s. And you start to see his price chart creep up, and he's worth 5 ETH now. You holding that?
No, I'm not.
Even though his scores are like the reason. Because now there's a valid reason for his price to be that high. Before it was totally
It was just like potential. He's basically like just a slightly older and somewhat more known Doku or Cherky or classic Sorare Wonder Kid. I think I definitely sell him, but I'm guessing that I would end up selling him way less than I could have gotten him for because of me waiting. Like I see myself.
You would sell on the way down.
Right.
After he gets benched and spends like 3 or 4 games in a row not doing anything.
No, well, maybe, but more just like because it reached a point where you're just like it shouldn't go any higher. And so all of the people who could afford to push it up have one. So now it's like, all right, well then you have to go to the next level of people who are like, all right, I won't pay 5 ETH for that, but I'll pay 4.5. And then that's one more person who can't buy it. Like there are only so many people who are going to spend 5 ETH on a rare card of a U23 forward. Even though a ton of them are aging out after next year and he could be the best one on the planet. Just saying. Yeah, I don't know.
So
it was a topic like going to 100 that is that thought is ultimately what kept me from selling. And then it was like once it went from 9, which I mean everything was absurd back then, but like that was truly absurd. And then when it's at like 5, it's like, do I really want to sell something for 5 that was 9 like 3 days ago? And you just keep doing that until now he's 3/4 of an ETH, not even. And I still own the card. But man, that XP, whew.
Yeah. So the thumbnail of this podcast was Fernando Gorriarán, who I own 6 limiteds of because I was hoping to flip them. I bought them all between the prices of I think 0.01 and let's see here. 0.012 all the way up to 0.02. Oh, okay.
So like 0.01, so around here maybe? Was it August-ish?
July 3rd, we'll say.
Oh, July. Oh, even further. Did you create the bubble here? Look at that, July 3rd, and all of a sudden by July 12th, he's like double the price. Nice work. And yet you didn't sell into it, so maybe it wasn't
around August when it spiked up to almost 0.03. And now I still have 7 of them. Do I take more profits at 0.03 or do I get greedy here and hope it goes higher?
I think you are already greedy and you should probably sell it.
Why?
Like what transpires that he goes higher?
He keeps scoring 70 plus. His L15 goes to 70 something.
Do you think that
he's too good to be 0.03, I feel like.
Do you think a Liga MX card really gets there?
I don't know. Is that the reason? Do people care?
I think there's a cap on America players right now.
Not on Carlos Gil.
Yeah, but
What's his L15 even?
I bet he's a similar player. Maybe he's not even. Those are really good similar players, though, that we just saw. Carlos Heel is 65.
So they have the same L15.
And Carlos Hill's
lower
L40 is
L40.
10 points higher.
Yeah. But one is $324 and one is $37.
Yeah, that's fair. And one plays for arguably the best team in his league, and the other one plays for the New England Revolution.
Right. It's just weird to me. Mike, he has like half the sets. He doesn't get all of them. It's like half.
Does he defend it all?
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. You got to be more like Carlos Heel and just not get a single tackle all season.
Yeah, but that's probably one of the problems with him is like if game flow doesn't go his way, there's no other, like if they're not getting opportunities to whip balls into the box, then he's not scoring.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree on that one.
Yeah. Well, he's certainly not getting points from tackles, interceptions, and duels.
Like heavens no.
Yeah.
What do you think? So do you think that this peak is like, I don't think he ever reaches the Carlos Heel price.
No. He's also younger though, right?
He is.
If that even matters, I don't know.
The similar players are also pretty absurd. Like Mukhtar, Kimmich. Do you have to go further than that?
Yeah.
This is not helping.
Well, I mean, even if he gets to Mukhtar levels, like he's going for 0.13 is limited.
Yeah. I really don't want to keep talking about this because I was trying to get a super rare, like I'm still trying, and now everyone's like, oh, that guy is pretty good.
Yeah.
Jeremy Graham said should go a bit higher, maybe 0.045. But you're right. Why shouldn't it go up to Mukhtar?
But if it goes to 0.045, then I should wait.
Yeah, I mean, certainly nothing negative could happen between now and when it gets to 0.045.
100%. I feel like there's always weird things like this on the platform. I always feel like I'm holding the guy that is too cheap and I can't flip him.
We had this conversation with Gabriel, didn't we, from Arsenal?
Yeah.
Because we were both like, yeah, this is just way too much. Mike Basson saying he will flip the super rare for João Felix. That sounds pretty good to me.
Mike, you have the Gorieran super rare? Sounds like we've got a deal here.
It's kind of an interesting question. Do you think he would reach Carlos Heel's price if he was in MLS?
No. He would reach his prices if Sean would pump his bags. Hi, Sean.
Is he? I mean, he's basically. Oh, there is Carlos Heel. He is a comparable player.
Oh, look, Madran. Another one of Sean's favorite players.
Yeah.
Which actually, he probably does make some sense.
Boragoat. I was going to say Zelarayan feels like the price range that he should be in.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's like still not even half. Yeah, he sounds too cheap. Agreed.
So you just keep holding them and then probably never make money, right?
I'm just not sure you ever like you're thinking he's way too cheap.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what you think.
It doesn't.
And so what needs to happen for everyone else to think that? And prices on guys like him just don't like spike because of production.
Yeah, there's a ton of cards.
And
for his price to move a lot, I mean, they'd have to sell a ton of cards.
If we look at the K-League, Carlos Heel, like Sin Jin Ho is 0.06 ish.
And he's 6 years older than.
Oh, that's true. He's 40. You're right. 6 years older than Goriran. So, yeah, I guess the question, the issue I have is that you need to convince so many people that he's just as good as these other guys, and you could just be waiting forever.
Yeah,
like I don't think they ever really catch up.
It's not even convince people that he's as good as, I don't know, half the guys on that list. It's just like he needs to be at Mukhtar levels for me to like realistically want to start selling.
So when you bought him, did you have like a price in mind?
No, it was just like he could double, triple in price. And honestly,
and he has. What are we still doing here?
Well, sort of, maybe. I don't know. But because I told you I bought some all the way up to 0.02. That certainly hasn't doubled or tripled. But and I have sold some already. Like I sold like 3 of them or something. I think I bought 10.
You're wild.
For 0.01. Why not? And they're all the old season cards too, which is probably not ideal. Because if you look at all the ones that are selling, they all have the 5% bonus on them.
Oh, really?
Like on his chart. Like almost every single one of those limiteds that was that has sold.
I mean, yeah. So people are buying the 2021s.
Yeah.
3 minutes ago. Look at this. I bet Kyra's watching here. Whoever
Probably.
that is. Yeah. Which is fine. That's what we're here for. But yeah, that's. So I think this is exactly what the point is that Surface brings up. And he said the amount of people playing League MX just hurts his value because even lots of people who play in the America region can't make an exclusive League MX team, which lowers his value. I actually don't even know if it's about making an entire League MX like stack, but I think it's just people who are in MLS are like really in MLS and not necessarily the America region. Like Argentina's got a ton of really good players. And so I think League MX gets a little ignored. They also don't have like that many teams. And so I don't know. I think people are overlooking League MX, unlike you. But I mean, these are pretty good. I mean, you're basically at 2.5x on all of these. I mean, you could easily sell them all for 0.03. Like
that's
really
just not fun. That's not fun.
Doubling your money is not fun?
No. I want to be more greedy.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say you're wrong.
I think you are though. You're like the devil on my shoulder telling me to sell them now. Take profits. Or is that I guess that would be an angel.
Yeah. I don't know which one it is.
I've got Sean on one shoulder and Laird on the other.
Yeah, I mean,
the funny thing is the only reason I bought him was when Lozano left Santos. I was like, Gory Rand gets all the sets now.
Yeah.
So that's why I bought him. I thought his prices or his scores would go up because of that. And then his price. And then it ended up, he got transferred to Tigres and it was an even better move for him.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Just hold on. Just keep holding.
I will point out because some people don't know this about Sorare data. So I'm currently on Andy's gallery page. And if you pull up the cards, you can see all stuff like what he paid for it, which is 0.015 for this 429 of 1,000. And then the 3-day average is 0.0282 and the floor is 0.0319. A lot of people know that. They don't always know is that if you click on these numbers, if you click on the 3-day average, it pulls up this price graph modal, which you can also see the SO5 scores in here. So it's all just, you're still on his gallery. And then if you click on the floor price, you can see all of the cards that are currently on the secondary market and then any auctions if there are any.
That's
Just
cool.
yeah. For anyone
Learn
who doesn't
something
know.
new every day.
Mike Basson said Laird can't be 100% right twice in the same week, which is harsh. I've got 30 more minutes of this podcast to prove myself. It was literally at minute 59 last week that I got there. So we'll see. So I can't think of what happens where you sell them.
I think Mike had a good point. He said, let me scroll up. He said, you make money on the CONCACAF Champions League midweeks when he's the prime mid playing, which is sort of true. I mean, there's going to be other mids, but I think it's a good shout. Yeah.
But do you actually sell them?
Maybe. Depends on the price, man.
Well, I mean, that's all that matters. Like, I don't think anything else matters, realistically.
Like 0.05, I think, is a pretty good target for me.
Okay.
Gets there, I'll probably maybe slowly sell them. Sell one.
Until they get back to 0.03.
Yeah, probably. I'm notorious for holding these things too long. Like Montero, Jamiro Montero, I bought like 4 of them last year, and then
Do you still have them?
I did flip one of them, but I think I still have 2 rares and 2 limiteds or something. And he had a nice little curve up, and then like to end the season, he just was super average.
Yeah. He did smash for a little bit, though.
Yeah.
There he is. You have a rare as well, you said?
2 rares and 2 limiteds, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had a 3rd rare and a 3rd limited. But I realistically only wanted to keep a rare and a limited, and then it was like I thought it was one of those ones I thought if I kept holding, it would go higher, and it didn't. I remember having a conversation with Gator Guy because he did the same thing. He bought 1 or 2 or something, but he immediately flipped them for like $50 profit or something. I don't know. It was a small amount of profit, and I was like, no, I'm holding on.
Yeah.
He's gonna go higher. Click all time there.
I definitely remember he smashed like right after you bought him.
You may have to do ETH price because it was during all the
It's great. Yeah. Yeah, so it's 0.18 something around here.
All the way up to like 0.5 or something.
Yeah, 0.48. Wow. Yeah.
And we're right back where we started with them.
Yeah, but the lead up to the season's coming, Andy.
That's right.
Yeah. Jan Grey Goose isn't there anymore. He'll be fine.
Where did Grey Goose go?
I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure they cut him.
Huh. He had like a really fun start to the season last year.
So let me look back on this.
Like on everybody's lists of like breakout player of the year or like breakout Sorare player or whatever.
I'm fairly certain that within, what did this go for? 0.8. I really thought that I offered an ETH for this at one point, but I didn't. But it must have been like in the 0.75 range and had it rejected. And I was like, I just can't justify going any higher. And he literally just stopped playing after that.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the biggest bags I almost ended up holding.
Look at this. Is that the start of the year right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that his 05 there was smoking.
Yeah. And just like, what is that, 250-ish? Yeah, here. Oh, right here. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, it was like, I guess he's done. He's done playing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not. Yeah. No club. Just gone. Poor guy. But you have Montero now, so you're all good.
That's right.
Did you have a price, like when you buy cards to flip, because you obviously do this a few times, there's no like, yeah.
Do I have a plan? You know I don't have a plan. I own 69 Fred Emmings cards. There's no plan. Don't do it.
For those of you who think he's joking.
There's no plan. But go out there and get your Fred cards.
What's the floor? Oh man. I remember back in the day, you told me this
Ooh.
was never going to go below 0.01.
Well, looks like I might have a little work to do.
You've got a floor to sweep, Andy. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 8. 8 of them. Maybe I'll buy a few.
There's a few $5 versions out there.
Steven said planning is overrated. And I'm not going to lie, I'm in on that. I just think it's really difficult to, like, if you buy a card and you're like, I think I can double my money, and then something happens and it doubles.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, if that just keeps happening, think of all that money I'm leaving on the table. And that's how you get a 9% João Felix card. I don't know.
Scattergun all the way. I agree, Mike.
I think so. I'm thinking of the day where Fred Emmings becomes the starter, and all of a sudden there are 65 Fred Emmings cards on the market, and I'm like, why are there so many? I'm like, oh, Andy posted all of them.
You know, I wonder if they'll mint his cards this year, because he'll probably be the starting goalkeeper for like Minnesota too.
I
wonder what dictates whether they mint the card or not.
I think at some point he'll be like a regular Minnesota United player, because to allow them to like call him up if they have to. And so
it's like the baseball thing where he's part of the 40-man roster or something.
Yeah.
I don't know the MLS rule on that, but
I don't know. It's MLS. Who knows? I don't even know if MLS knows what the rule is. Mike Baston saying it's like Brad's Knighton season on steroids. So the difference, Mike, though, is that
there's a big difference.
Brad Knighton actually like got a uniform for the professional team and was a backup, and then with the expectation the starter would leave, which he did. Whereas Fred,
he got a jersey.
Not any of that.
Oh, not true at all. Not true at all. He sat on the bench for a few games.
Oh, did he?
Okay?
Oh.
Yes. And he does actually play with their next pro team.
Here, let me take out the times he was not in the squad. Oh, all right. Okay, so 21 bench appearances. That's actually a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
They probably needed somebody to get water or something those days, and they were like, or maybe take stats, and you know, he was available. He didn't have school.
So why did he? Who is the backup?
I think is it Eric Dick?
Really?
They just re-signed somebody. In fact, they might have re-signed 2 goalkeepers ahead of him, ahead of Red.
Oh, right. It was Tyler Miller.
It was. Not anymore.
I forgot about Tyler Miller there.
I feel like I just need to pull up Sorare USA's depth chart for Minnesota United.
I have that somewhere on my computer.
Let's see if I can find it.
I got it. You know exactly where it is. Keep this open at all times. All right, Fripp, what do you say?
He's got to be like 4th on the list. Yeah. Oh, they signed that Irwin from where was he, like at New England or something, or I don't know.
I can't even say
wrong,
that.
Mike.
I can't even say that comment out loud. So those of you who are listening to the audio version, hopefully you're listening on Spotify and you can just pull the video up and go back 20 seconds. Steven just said the Fred floor has been raised.
Craziness. It's almost like 7 more just sold.
Is it that many? Please let it be that many. Oh my God, it is. Oh,
6 more. 6 more just sold.
What
$5.
Doing? Is that how much money that is?
Well, $5 a piece. I brought my lunch today though, so I could spend the extra money on, Freds.
So, like, what is your out here?
he becomes a starting goalkeeper.
But the problem is that like, I was gonna say the problem is that you control the market, which is like funny because it's like that sounds fantastic.
That does sound fantastic.
Name your price. But I mean, there are 603 limiteds. I mean, you must have like 10% of the market at this point, right? You know how many
Probably,
you have?
Yeah. More than 10% of the market. And the real hope would be they don't mint him this year.
Right.
Like he doesn't make it onto the roster and they don't mint him. If they mint him, it's not great.
You'll never know where I got mine. Thanks, Andy.
Look at that. You won a competition. I think you won Schitchler's one week or something.
I think I finished third.
Yeah.
That week. Surface was saying he has quite a few also.
Surface does have quite a few. He got in on the Fred train. I think I built the case for it, and Sam was like, I can't argue with that logic.
I mean, the logic is there. And I mean, Sean and I talked about it on Monday of just like, it's a good place to like hold value that like young goalkeepers who occasionally make the bench, like probably don't go down that much. And I mean, Fred fits that perfectly. Do you think this is the longest Fred Emmings conversation in the history of the internet? Yeah. It has to be, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah. I bet Minnesota United doesn't even talk about him this much.
Yeah, there might be some Minnesota United podcasts out there or something where they're scouting potential. No, okay.
I mean, maybe they are.
I'll be honest. I don't even know if he's good. And I know he's like 7 foot tall.
He's huge, though. Yeah, he's huge. That's all you need to know. That is a good point. Like, so you haven't been grinding USL tape to find out if he's actually good?
It's funny. I think it was last season. Minnesota United came to St. Louis to play our next pro team, but he was out with a concussion.
So he works hard, throwing his body on the line.
I guess, yeah.
That or he like hit his head on a doorway because he's so tall.
It's possible.
I mean, he's a threshold cheat code when he gets the start.
So he's for one game, yeah.
For one game, yeah. Maybe two, depending on, his back-to-back game weeks, maybe. A little midweek action. Never know.
And if he comes out with he gives up 3 goals, he could be a cheat code for months.
That's true.
Man. We haven't really talked about how much that first game matters for a player now. Because if you come out and you score like 15 points, your L15 is going to hurt for a while.
Wait, say that again?
If you come out and you only score like 15 points, your L15 is going to hurt for a while. Like if you have all zeros.
Isn't that what we want?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I guess. I mean, or maybe you're wanting to win that first week. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to see with a bunch of players. Brad Guzan is one of them. Florian Wirtz. Never thought I'd list those two in the same conversation in my life, but here we are. I got not unnecessarily. I got like irrationally excited over seeing Brad Guzan in a training video yesterday.
Oh. How many Brads do you own?
2. No limited.
Pump the stock.
So Guzan's such a weird one for me because I both am really scared owning those cards for the fact that his career could be over at any moment. And I never got into Sorare to spend hundreds of dollars on Brad Guzan collectible items.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I'm like considering buying more of them so that I can flip them when he starts.
Yeah. I kind of agree with Mike, I think. Are you kind of concerned that they just signed Jop?
It didn't make me feel better about it. I'll put it that way.
Now they have like 2 experienced backups.
Yeah. So I have a Clement Jop rare card that I bought when he was in Montreal.
Yeah.
And I actually bought a second one when he signed with Miami and flipped that one. I actually did that correctly, if I remember correctly. Let me see. So I felt okay with
Man,
Westberg.
it's always weird to see those vertical lines on a player that isn't going to probably start, I don't think.
Look at that.
Oh, well done.
Look at that.
You weren't greedy enough, though. You could have been a little more greedy there.
I blew it. To be honest, I was like, so I got him. I don't even know if he played for Miami. Okay, so he had 3 games for Miami, which was one really good one, and then 2 really bad ones. And I was like, I got to get out of this card. And I don't know why he became like more expensive then. Yeah, that's a weird movement. I mean, good luck to those people. I'll say it that way. But anyway, so I didn't feel great with Westberg signing. And then now, yeah, they have like another experienced goalie behind him. And it was more like, is this because they know Guzan's not ready, or it's just like, oh, we just
right.
But like Westberg is awful. So like I have.
You know what would have been hilarious if they signed Bono too, and they would have had Bono, Westberg, and Guzan.
If they had Bono and Westberg, I'd feel great about Guzan. Where did Bono go again? Oh, so and Bono went to DC United, where I had Tyler Miller. Like I was like, oh, Tyler Miller's going to be the starter, and then they signed Bono, and I'm like, ugh. I kind of thought Westberg was going to Europe, and then he didn't. So I'm not really sure like what happened in there.
Wait, where would he even play in Europe? Like Ligue 2 or something?
Yes, that's exactly where I thought Westberg was going, but obviously he didn't. And now he's
nobody wanted him,
making me sweat. Brad Guzan, rare and super rare.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting start to the season there because I have one too, and be rooting Brad on.
So Guzan, the biggest realized, ETH loss I've ever taken on a card was on Brad Guzan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a fake, I'm going to call it a fake ETH loss because I'm pretty sure that I bought one. Guzan was like one of the first goalies I ever bought on the platform because he was old and he plays in MLS. And so everyone's like, oh, nobody wants that kind of player. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, so this is when I bought him. It was at Feb 11th, 20. Oh, Pavel. 098. And then I sold for 0.58 before the season. So this is another one that like, this was basically at the end of the boom, right? Like April of 21. Boom was February. Has really nobody ever... Look at that. I had the highest sale of a Guzan card ever. And if I read this chart correctly, whoever bought it is now gone from the platform. But anyway, so I sold this Guzan and then I bought one right back.
Do you feel good about that?
About them leaving?
About you selling them the most expensive Guzan of all time, and then they're not here anymore?
And then they're not here?
Do you think those two things correlate?
It's a good question. I didn't think of it that way. Maybe they are still here and it's just a bug. Now you have me feeling bad. Let's see here. So anyway, so then I rebought it. Nope. On. I feel a little bad.
It's all your fault.
It is my fault. Anyway, so I sold for 0.58 and just bought one right back for 0.52. So I was like, oh, that's like 0.06 profit immediately. But then that 0.52 card I sold for 0.219.
It looks like he literally blew up his leg. Oh, wait, no, he blew up his leg.
No, that's when I bought. Excuse me. Here we go. 0.25.
What's that dip from right there? That first dip.
Like right here.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe just releasing. They probably minted the cards.
Aprilish. Yeah, maybe. Well, let's see.
That's a Gary V boom,
This
and
is
then
it
they
right
release.
here. This is the first one, the new
Yeah.
auction, 0.32. It's really the season started. So like people have their goalies already.
Yeah.
So yeah, the number one went for 0.329. And then I got out at 0.25. And then here we are a year later and I'm buying back in again.
What's your goal there?
100 ETH.
What's the floor now?
Hopefully 99. The floor right now is 0.249.
And you bought it at what?
0.219.
So 0.3?
So I actually was thinking 0.4 was like the highest it would go. But the guy's got an L15 of 0. Like he's literally a cheat code for that week. And so if I just wait for that week, surely someone pays 0.05? Or excuse me, 0.5? Surely they
You
pay
have to
0.05.
know he's going to start, though, too.
I think we'll know. I think we'll know if Guzan is going to start.
You think Gonzo's going to be like, before the first game, he's going to come out and be like, Brad's my guy. We're going to go. He's our leader. We're going to put the captain band on him.
I mean, he's definitely captain.
Yeah, you're probably right because they got rid of everybody.
I think he already was captain.
Yeah. Even when he was hurt.
Well, I think he was like ceremonially the captain, sure. But like, I don't think surely if you tear your Achilles at 37 or 38 years old and you like find out you're not the starter, surely you just retire, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
He just loves being around the guys, and so he's going to stick around.
Yeah.
So Mike's saying he only has to start once, and Surface is saying it's San Jose, though, so it's not an amazing matchup. I mean, I don't think
what is an amazing matchup for Atlanta United, though?
Right. It's at home, too. That I have no problem with that. I'm sure they're heavily favored in that matchup, despite Atlanta being terrible. And then home against Toronto. A lot of save opportunities. I'm not worried about that.
Then you get Atlanta or Charlotte on the road.
Yeah. Portland at home, cross-country trip. Look at that. 2 cross-country trips, meaning for their opponents in the first 4 games. Yeah, he might win MVP. I don't know. But yeah, I think So actually what will happen to me then that week is, do I just play him at the 0? Or do I like the threshold? What's the rare threshold? Like, what is it in ETH now? Anyone? $50 worth of ETH?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're selling him if he pops. Be greedy, but don't be too greedy.
Be greedy, but don't be stupid. Is that really what it should be? So if I think this happens and he's the starter and all that, like, I should buy more of them, shouldn't I?
Yeah, like you really believe that. And you're willing to, if that's within like your risk tolerance zone. But you could also buy other speculative starters.
That's true.
And not put all your eggs in one basket and maybe possibly profit on all of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about Fred.
But you might be.
Might be.
ZM Star saying 0.04 is 50.
I assume Tyler Miller's not locked in, or is he priced like he's locked in?
I don't know if he's priced like he's locked in, and I only say that because he's too cheap to be like a starter. Then again, maybe I just have like a false sense of what MLS goalkeeper should go for.
That seems about right. for the floor price, maybe.
0.329 on auction. My God, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's low.
The MLS goalkeeper market is odd because the range is so big thanks to Andre Blake.
Yeah.
And
who would you say the median goalkeeper is? Like a Brad Stuber or something?
Eloy Room. Like, I realize he's first on the projections, but like, I mean, if we just sort by, oh, Hazel's finally going up. He felt too cheap, but like these two guys are U23.
Yeah.
Pace was always so high. Like, I don't know why. Is he any good?
Because he came from Europe.
I guess his scores are fine. Like, he was U23, so like that pushed his price up, and it didn't fall as much as we would expect. Yeah, like he was U23 until like here. Excuse me. Service said if you hold him that long, you'd have to play him in the cap mode at goalkeeper with a 0L15. It would be too sad to watch him play from the sidelines.
I don't know. I think it just really depends on that week leading up. If people are really willing to pay. Although, let's be real, like, what will the premium on those guys even be for capped mode? Because it's not like the same as NBA where the capped mode is the game. The capped mode is one of the games that you can play. It's not the game you have to play. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think we can't speak at all about it until we see, what the rewards are.
It would be weird to pay a 0.1 premium for a guy that might win you 0.04.
Yeah, but it's 0.04 and a card.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I think it's perfectly fine if anybody wants it. I mean, it all depends on the rewards. But like, if you had a 0 spot and you could play Carlos Heel in a cap mode, if like they had tier 1 super rares at the top of the rare cap mode, like we had with specialists, then is that crazy?
Maybe not.
But yeah, so all these guys, like St. Clair is 0.6-ish. Sean Johnson.
Hey, you know what a fun stack would be that first week? I assume Miles Robinson is a 0 too. Would you ever consider like stacking them together in capped mode? I don't know if he's back. He might not be back.
They're in that same video that I saw where Guzan was training, and by training I mean like literally catching a ball, and that was all it was. But Robinson was in it as well, and somebody was walking behind him and said something like, "It's so great to have you back." But like there was no, they were just walking off the pitch. So like I don't know what was actually doing. I also thought it was funny that they were training on grass because they play on turf.
Yeah,
the turf that was responsible for injuries to Miles Robinson and Brad Guzan.
And Hinman as well. Did you see who's starting today?
Sam Felix.
I'm shocked he's starting already.
They don't have anyone else fit, right?
Everybody else is hurt, yeah.
Premier League game?
Ziyech's on the bench. Yeah, I think so.
So 10 goals today.
He just needs 2.
Well, no, he needs 200 goals in 20 games. So,
we can start slow. We got to ramp up. This is the beginning right now of João Felix and Kai Havertz' rise to glory. They just needed each other. They need
each other.
Yeah.
Can they just sign like Doku on the other side? Although he's more of an injury than he is.
He'll be the ultimate hype boy squad.
Yeah. I don't know about Robinson, but I think he's close-ish to returning.
Yeah, if he's good, that would be really fun because then you could stack zeros and then you could play. I don't know. You could play Messi there.
That's exactly where I was going with that.
Messi in capped mode with Guzan and Miles.
And Miles Robinson, not Anthony.
Miles Messi.
Miles Messi.
Oh, and Neymar. Might as well.
What do we have left? 82.
That looks like commit. Yeah. This
Who
is how we
says
play.
No?
This is how we play capped mode right here. For anybody that's out there watching content on how to play capped mode, ignore all of that. Right here. This is it right here. All you need is Neymar, Messi, Kimmich, Guzan, and Robinson.
So the number of people who are like scouting like all these teams we've never heard of for players like, oh, he's better than his. He's got different positions. We literally told you how to do it with Messi and Neymar. And
Yeah,
like, I don't know why you'd watch
team.
anything else.
Floor price for this team right now is 15.65 ETH.
I mean, it'll take a while to get back, but
yeah, 0.04 every week. Just keep grinding it out.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, Guzan and Robinson are only going to go up.
Yeah, and this lineup very well could win you like a card reward every once in a while, maybe. Potentially, I don't know.
It could help you win a Fred Emmings.
I don't think they reward them. They just sell them.
Oh, they just sell? Yeah, that's true. You can't give away that kind of value for free. Yeah, I mean, if you, like play the 15 ETH lineup before it's a 17 ETH lineup. That's all. Like,
I didn't realize we still have 14 points to play with here. Maybe
we do.
Maybe we can get a better midfielder. I don't know.
Is there
like
one?
That guy that plays for any of the Zenit.
I was gonna say Wendell fits, but that's they don't start until March 4th. So like Guzan and Robinson will have elf 10s of 50 by then.
Oh, because they play the last week of February.
Yeah.
What about that guy that plays in Turkey?
Oh, wait, it's February. It's February. You're right. No, it is. Oh yeah. Bakasetas?
Yeah. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. And still 9 to spare. Is there? So let's see. Oh.
Yeah, just upgrade Neymar.
Oh, that's actually
a
worse. Downgrade L15 wise.
And it got more expensive. We're value hunting here, okay?
We're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Look at Franco. Oh no, I have goalkeeper. That's why.
Armani's got the highest L.
No, among goalies.
My God.
Do love a good Armani. Messi, whoever this Romelu guy. Oh, Trippier, of course.
Yeah. We really weren't that far off with Neymar. It was only like 1.6 points or something.
Yeah. All right.
And look,
so cap mode for 7.5 ETH.
And you just dropped the floor price by like
10 ETH almost.
Yeah.
8 ETH?
Yeah. That's the team right there.
I kind of feel like this is the type of content that should be behind a paywall. I'm not sure. Man. We just give it away for free on YouTube. Well, there goes our edge. Thank you to everybody who has joined us live. If you guys could please hit the like button below. It's the least you could do after we just made you this rather easy capped mode 240, which is available. Oh, actually, you cannot play this in limited because there are no limited Trippiers. So you could just go back to Neymar.
By March, there might be.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll throw Ronaldo in too, just because we'll know that. Where is he? Al Nasser, whatever it is. Tuggy 100 ETH paywall. Good call on that one. So thank you, everybody. If you guys could please hit the like button, look down. More people watching than there are likes. Please like the video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you haven't joined Sorare Data, get a membership there where you can use these concept builder to its fullest so you can figure out just how you can make 0.04 ETH every week after spending 15 ETH. And we just give away all the secrets there. So yeah, thank you everyone for that, and good luck with all your